In this video, we will discuss about FETs. FET stands for Field Effective Transistor. In the field effective transistor, current is controlled by electric field. That's why they are called as FETs. In the BJT, conduction is due to both minority carriers and majority carriers, whereas in case of the FET, conduction is due to majority carriers only. So that's why FET is a unipolar device, whereas BJT is bipolar device. In the FETs we have two types. One is JFET, junction field effective transistor, or simply it is called as FET. And another one is IGFET, or MOSFET, or it is also called as MOST. JFET means junction field effective transistor. Junction field effective transistor. As I already told that FET means what? Field effective transistor. JFET means junction field effective transistor. In this we have two types: N channel JFET, P channel JFET. N channel JFET, here P channel JFET. Coming to the IGFET, MOSFET or MOST. MOST means, actually here we have MOS. MOS means metal oxide semiconductor. MOS stands for, M stands for metal, O stands for oxide, S stands for semiconductor, and here P stands for transistor. So that means MOST stands for what? Metal oxide semiconductor transistor. MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effective transistor. IGFET, I stands for IGFET, insulated gate. That means what? Gate is insulated gate. FET stands for field effective transistor. In this we have two types. One is depletion type MOSFET, D MOSFET, and here it is E MOSFET. We will discuss about what is meant by D MOSFET, E MOSFET later. Again in this we have N type and P type. N channel D MOSFET, P channel D MOSFET. Here also same. In the E MOSFET also, N channel MOSFET, P channel E MOSFET. This is about the family of the FETs. FET stands for what? Field effective transistor. Field effective transistor. Why it is called as field effective transistor? Current is controlled by the electric field or voltage. So FETs classified as JFET and IGFET. IGFET means insulated gate FET, means gate is insulated here. JFET, junction field effect transistor. Here there are two types, N channel and P channel. In this class we will discuss about JFET, that is N channel. What I told, FET means field effective transistor, and in this we have two types. One is N channel JFET and another one is P channel JFET. Now coming to the construction of the JFET, let us take N channel JFET. N channel JFET. Name itself, it is a field effective transistor. N channel means what? There is a channel. The type of type is what? N channel. So that means Here in the transistor we have three terminals. Here also we have three terminals. One terminal is known as source. One of the terminal is known as source, and another one is, second one is drain, and third one is gate. Now we will see what is meant by these source, drain, gate. Source is the terminal through which charge carriers entering into the bar. So this is the bar, N-type bar. It is what? N-type bar. So it is the terminal, source terminal through which charge carriers are entering into the bar. That means what are the charge carriers? Electrons here. So majority charge carriers in the N-type bar are electrons. And what is meant by drain? It is the terminal through which charge carriers are leaving or exiting from the bar. So it is known as what? Drain, or simply drain. It is source, or simply yes. And we have two P plus regions are formed by using some diffusion mechanisms or some techniques available to fabricate these P plus regions in the N-type bar. So they are connected to a common terminal. They are connected to a common terminal through the ohmic contacts. From the ohmic contacts, we can take one common terminal. This common terminal is known as the gate. Now we will see source. It is the terminal through which charge carriers are entering into the bar. And drain, it is the terminal through which charge carriers are leaving from the bar. Means here charge carriers are electrons. And what is the gate? Gate is the terminal. By applying voltage at the gate terminal, we can control the flow of these electrons or majority carriers from the source to drain. It is the drain terminal. By applying voltage at the gate terminal, we can control the flow of the electrons or majority charge carriers in the channel from source to drain. What are the majority charge carriers? Electrons. That means by applying a voltage at the gate terminal, that is voltage at the gate terminal is Vg, and if you apply this voltage between gate and source, so this is known as Vgs. So by using this Vgs, we can control the flow of electrons from source to drain. So that's why it is this device is called as voltage controlled device. Why? Because we can control the flow of the current from source to drain by applying this gate to source voltage. So that's why FET is a voltage controlled device. Now we will see the operation. To understand the operation of this FET, we require these two voltages. One is VGS and another one is VDS. This VGS can control the flow of the current, and VDS is what? It can be helpful to drift the charge carriers from the source to drain. Now let us see VDS is case 1. VDS is constant. VDS is constant. So let us say it is positive. So if it is positive, it can attract electrons. So that means if it is connected to if this drain terminal is connected to the positive, and if source is negative with respect to the drain, then these electrons get repelled by the negative terminal of the battery. Means electrons are moving in this direction, and drain can attract the electrons. Then current is flowing from source to drain in this direction. At the source terminal, we have the source current Is, and as electrons are coming out of the bar, and conventional current direction at the drain is Id. So that means what? In this case, Id equal to Is for the FET. Id equal to Is. If VDS is constant, let us say some positive voltage, and vary the VGS. VGS varied from 0 to some negative voltage. We will consider negative voltage for the N channel JFET. Why we will consider negative? Okay, we will discuss later. Suppose if VGS 0 means what? Initially we have the depletion region. Actually, let us take our n channel like this. So it is our n channel, and we have two p plus regions. For understanding purpose, I will draw like this. So this is p plus region, and it is also another p plus region. That means here we have our gate terminal. So these are connected, and next this is what our drain terminal, and this is our source terminal. Okay, these two are okay. It is gate terminal. These two are connected internally, and we can apply. Suppose if VGS is 0, in that case we have the formation of the depletion region. So let us take this as what? Initially, if VGS is 0, there exists what? As it is, these regions are heavily doped. Diffusion of the majority charge carriers takes place into the channel. So as we are losing the holes, here we will get what? Depleted charge carriers. Because of the depleted charge carriers, we will get what? Depletion region on either sides of the junction. So this is what? Our P plus, and here we have what? Okay. Now if you increase the reverse bias voltage, then this width also increases. Let us take this is the center. Okay. Let us take this as the A, off width of the channel, and here also off width of the channel. And what about this one? Let us take initially this one is W, and this one is W. This is what? Width of the depletion region. A is what? Half of the channel width for the conduction. Total width is 2A, and from center to this one, on this side we have A, on this side we have A. If you increase the reverse voltage, then this width of the depletion region also increases, then this A will decrease. Now, if you take VGS as negative, let us take VGS minus 1 volt. In that case, depletion region penetrates on lightly doped side. It is P plus, and this one is N. Means what? Depletion region more penetrates on N side. So that means what? A will be. Let us take A will becomes what? A dash. Where A dash is less than the A. That means what? Initially, if VGS equal to 0, in that case, full channel is available for the conduction. If VGS is negative, in that case, full channel is not available for conduction. That means in that case, current is somewhat reduced. And if you increase this one further, in that case, these two depletion regions are increased, this side and this side, and they will touch each other, and channel will be pinched off at the particular value of this VGS. That voltage is called as the pinch off voltage. Okay? In that case, A becomes what? 0. Or else, width of the depletion region increases. Okay. This A, that means if VGS equal to VP, in that case what? We are increasing this VGS from 0 to negative value, 0 minus 1 volt, and next to minus 2 volts. In that case, conduction decreases. Minus 3 volts, conduction decreases. Minus 4 volts. Suppose let us say at the minus 4 volts, depletion region will increase. That means this side depletion region increases, this side depletion region increases. That means these two depletion regions increased and will touch each other, and they will pinch off the channel. In that case, current will become 0. That voltage is known as the pinch off voltage. In that case, initially we have what? Width of the depletion region is, initially we have like this. That is, suppose initially we have at VGS equal to 0, width is like this only. and if this one is, if VGS is increased, the W becomes the A. That means it will occupy the full channel. That means it occupies the full channel. That is what? Only depletion region. As there is no channel for, as there is no free channel, means there are no charge carriers, conduction is 0. That means there exists only depletion region, there is no current. In that case, we have this pinch of voltage and current becomes 0. Now we will derive that pinch of voltage. We know that the width of the depletion region is, in the PN junction diode we discussed this derivation, that is width of the depletion region is equal to 2 into epsilon VB by QND. Okay, so the expression is what? 2 into epsilon VB by QND. Why we consider ND? Because depletion region is penetrates on N side only. This is P plus and this is also P plus, this is N. Okay, so that's why width of the depletion region is like this. And if this one VB equal to what? VB is the barrier potential, that is VB equal to V0 plus V. If V equal to, V means what? Actually VGS. Okay, V means VGS. Actually V0 plus V, that is V0. This is applied voltage. Our applied voltage is VGS. If VGS equal to VP, if VGS equal to VP, then initially width of the depletion is like this. When VGS equal to VP, that width of the depletion region will occupy the full channel. Then W equal to what? A. In that case, W equal to A. Substitute these things here. A or A square. Apply the square on both sides. You will get what? So that is 2 epsilon QND. VB. VB is nothing but what? V0 plus VB. V0 plus VB. Now we can write this one, that is V0 plus VB is equal to what? Q into ND A square by 2 epsilon. That is VP equal to what? That is pinch of voltage is equal to, we can write pinch of voltage like this, that is VP is equal to Q into ND A square by 2 epsilon. Epsilon is the permittivity of the medium and permittivity of the material, not medium, and here V0. As this V0 is very small, we can neglect this one. As V0 is very small, we will get VP as what? Q into ND A square 2 epsilon. Q is this charge of the electron, ND is the donor concentration, A is the, actually what is A? Here we have, this is P plus and here P plus and it is center. So this is what? Half of the channel width. A is what? Half of the N channel width. Half of the N channel width. If there is no depletion region, this full channel is available for the conduction. If there exists a depletion region, this effective width of the channel decreases. If reverse bias voltage increases, this one decreases and width of the depletion region becomes W equal to A. That's why we consider at the pinch of voltage VGS equal to VP, then W equal to A. If you substitute that one, we will get the pinch of voltage like this, that is VP equal to Q into ND A square by 2 epsilon. That means here this VP depends on what? Q is constant, epsilon is constant. It is depending upon what? VP is directly proportional to the donor concentration and it also depends on directly proportional to the square of the half of the channel width. So this is the case of what? If VDS is constant, we consider only case one, VDS is constant and VGS is varied from 0 to negative. Why 0 to negative? We will see our n channel FET like this. It is P plus region and it is P plus region, and this one is drain and this one is source. So these majority charge carriers, what are the majority charge carriers? Majority charge carriers must flow from source to drain. If I consider this one as the positive, that means if VGS is positive, in that case we have these PN junctions are forward biased. If these PN junctions are forward biased, in that case there is a flow of current from gate to this channel. But current must flow through the channel, and the channel is in this case current charge carriers must flow from source to drain, not from gate. Okay, so that's why we have to consider this VGS as a negative only. Now we will see second case. What is the second case? Here we consider VGS as constant. VGS is 0 to negative, and now we have to vary this VDS. That is what? Case 2 is what? VDS is variable. VDS is varied from 0 to positive, and next VGS is constant. VGS is constant. Now we will see the operation. Once again, so this is what? Our drain, and this is what? Our source. Here we have what? Drain to source voltage. So this is connected to, connection is given like this, it is positive. That means what? Drain is positive compared to the source. And what about our regions? These are the P plus regions, and these are connected to a common gate terminal. Sorry. So here we have a common gate. These are the unit contacts. Now we will see the operation. Let us say VGS is 0 volts. In this case, full channel is available for conduction, means what? More number of electrons are available for the conduction. Let us say 100 electrons are available. Now let us say VGS is constant. Okay, VGS equal to 0 volts. That is 100 electrons. And we need to vary what? VDS. VDS is varied from 0 to 4 volts. Suppose VDS is 0, no current. That means what? If VDS is 0 and ID, so as there is no potential difference between drain and source, then there is no drifting of the charge carriers from the source to drain. Next, VDS is, let us say, 1 volt. In that case, it can drift the charge carriers from the source to drain. So that means electrons can drifted from source to drain. So that means if VDS increases, current also increases. And at the particular value of VDS, let us take VDS equal to Vp. If VDS equal to Vp, pinch off voltage, in that case, this VDS can reverse bias the, actually here if let us say VDS equal to Vp equal to 4 volts, in that case here we have 4 volts at the drain end, and what about this one? At the source end it is 0 volts. And this 4 volts will be appeared as the drop across the channel. Let us take, we have uniform resistance. That means I am dividing this length as 4 parts. 1, 2, 3 and 4th part. And each one is having same resistance R. And what about the drop here? If it is 4 volts, at this point it is 3.5. And at this point it will be 3. Let us take, for the understanding purpose, 2 only. It is 2 volts. Pinch off voltage is 2 volts. And here it is 2. Here it is 1.5. here it is 1, and here it is 0.5, and here we have at the source end 0 volts. That means what? At the drain end we have the more reverse bias voltage, means actually we have uniform depletion regions theoretically, but practically as the drain is at the drain end side we have the more positive voltage, so that's why we have more depletion region on drain side and less depletion regions on P side, like this. So as this one increases, these depletion regions are also increases, and at the particular value of VDS that equal to pinch off voltage, in that case these regions will touch each other and channel will be pinched off and current reaches the saturation value. So that means what? If VDS equal to VP, in that case we will get the high electric field. When you got high electric field, this velocity of the charge carriers is directly proportional to the electric field, and for the high electric fields we will get a constant velocity. As we will get the constant velocity, we will get the constant current. So that's why graph will be like this. Graph will be like this. So increases and reaching the saturation value. So that is known as IDSS. For VGS equal to 0 volts. What I said, if VGS equal to 0 volts, 100 electrons are available. Let us say if VGS equal to minus 1 volt, in that case, let us say as channel width is, full channel width is not available for conduction, 80 electrons will be available for the conduction. Next, if VGS equal to minus 2 volts, in that case, let us say 60 electrons will be available. In this case, you may get, let us say, 10 milliamps of current. In this case, okay, I will draw this graph later. So, in this case, we will get 10 milliamps current, and in this case, 8 milliamps, and in this case, 6 milliamps, and decreases, and at the particular value of VGS that equal to pinch off voltage. Okay, at the particular value of VGS equal to VP, current will become 0. Already we discussed in the first case. Now we will draw the characteristics. What I said, if VGS equal to 0 volts, full channel is available for the conduction. If VGS is negative, that means minus 1, in that case we have 8. VGS equal to minus 2, 6. So let us take VGS equal to 0. Increases and reaching a maximum value. That means we will get a maximum current when VGS equal to 0 volts. If VGS equal to minus 1 volt, in that case current will be reduced. The maximum current will be 6. So that's why VGS equal to minus 1 volt graph like this. And VGS equal to minus 2. In that case, graph will be like this, VGS equal to minus 2 volts. And VGS equal to minus 3, in that case, like this. And VGS equal to minus 4 volts, like this. Suppose if VGS equal to VP, in that case, current will be 0. And here, this one, VDS is greater than or equal to VP. And if you see, these are the drain characteristics. And what about the transfer characteristics? If VGS equal to 0 volts, let us say 10. And next one, minus 1 volt, minus 8. Okay, minus 8, minus 6, minus 4, minus 2, and finally it becomes 0. So this is the graph for the VGS versus, let us say minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 5. So it is minus 4, and here VGS equal to minus 5. Here minus 5, we got VGS as equal to VP. In that case, we have 0 current. So this is, let us say it is 10 milliamp ID, 10 milliamp, here 8, 6, like that. So these are the drain characteristics, these are the transfer characteristics. So from this, it is the parabola. It is the shape of this graph is parabola. So that's why the relation is given by like this: ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. So this equation is called as Shockley's current equation. Shockley's current equation of FET. In this class, what we have discussed? FET family. So what are they? JFET and IGFET. In JFET we have N channel FET and P channel FET. In the N channel, channel is N type and we have the P plus regions. These are connected to a gate terminal. Here we have drain. Here we have source. These are the common terminals connected to gate. And coming to the operation, if VGS equal to 0 volts, in that case only we will get the maximum current if you add the VDS. And at the particular value of VGS, current will become 0, that is ID equal to 0. So that VGS is known as what? Pinch off voltage, and we derived the expression for the pinch off voltage. That pinch off voltage is given as what? Q into ND A square by 2 epsilon. As these are constants, our pinch off voltage is directly proportional to ND, and this pinch off voltage is directly proportional to A square. So this pinch off voltage is directly proportional to the donor carrier concentration, like this, and we have characteristics curve like this. So these are the drain characteristics, these are the transfer characteristics, and we have current equation like this: ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. If VGS equal to 0, in that case 0 by something. This is 0 and IDSS into 1, that gives what? IDSS. What is IDSS in this case? So this is our IDSS. For example, this one may be IDSS equal to 10 milliamps. So this is all about FET. Next class we will meet.